Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Cheryl, coming to you a little later than I wanted to originally, but that's okay. I'm here now, and you're here now because y'all ain't got nowhere to go. So I want to give some updates. So in my last video, I told you I was going to give you updates on homeschool, my intermittent fasting, and some other things. Okay, so let's start with the homeschool. Um, it's not going well. Okay, it's not working. I had this wonderful plan about how we were each going to teach each other things and get the, it's no, it's not, it's not happening. Okay, which is okay. That's perfectly fine. So I tried it the first week and it's just not working. Okay, because I think it's too formal, maybe it's too much like school. Okay, and my boys are not really, they do very well in school, but they're not really, into it like that. All right. So this is what we're doing. We're already going on walks once a week. Okay. While they're out of school, just so they can get out of the house and they're not sitting up here just eating snacks all day long and playing video games. Okay. So we're doing walks once a week. And on those walks, at least 20 minutes, that's when we're having discussions, okay, about school type things. Okay. The last discussion we had was about space. Okay, that's something they're very, very interested in. So they love talking about, space and planets and, things like that. I'm finding out what they know. They're hearing what I know. I have my phone with me so I can look something up really quick and ask, well, what do you think about this? Okay. So introducing the learning while we're already doing something that we already do seems to be working. Also, tonight we played Scrabble, okay, which is a really good way to study and learn vocabulary. All right, so we did that tonight, and some of us learned some new words. Even I did. Okay, when I challenged something, found out it was actually a word, so I had to forfeit my turn. But yeah, so we're doing that. So and they love board games. So we have Scrabble, we have Pictionary, we have what's the other one? Connect Four, and some other ones. Okay, so uh, homeschool plan B is to go ahead and talk about these topics while we're already doing stuff that we normally do. Okay, so for the walks and stuff like that. Okay, so I'll see how that goes, and come back to you all with more updates. To see how that's working for everybody. Hey, Anthony, how are you doing? Thanks for being here. You want to play too? Okay, so that's the homeschool. Now, another thing that I've added, okay, because a while back I saw on Facebook this lady, she created some job announcements for her kids, to do chores instead of just saying, these are the chores you're going to do. And I've looked into that. I've also looked into, they have an app, a chore app that you can download that, so each time they do something, they get paid for it, $1, $2, 50 cents, whatever it is. Okay. And they just check it off that they've done it. So I like the employment thing. Okay. So I went ahead and I did that. Okay. So I made up my own stuff. Okay. So I'm going to show it to you right here. All right. And one of my boys, my 9-year-old, he's already looked at all the job announcements and he picked the job that he wants. And now he has to do an interview. Ooh, why is that so little like that? Hold on a second. Okay, let me just show you this way. Okay, so there were 3 positions that I created, the kitchen area manager, and then I have here every day what they have to do as the kitchen area manager. Okay, this description up here tells them generally what they have to do. For each one of these, though, they're always responsible for ensuring their rooms are clean. Okay, so even for the kitchen area manager, each one of these days has something happen, or maybe not each one, most of these days they have to do something to be sure their rooms are clean. Okay. So I have that one. The next position is the lead house manager. Okay, so this person has to take care of the outside garbage, a certain place in our dining room, and the living room, and the bigger bathroom. Okay, so each day here, I have what they need to do, and they're off Saturday and Sunday. Although I'll show you that they will have an opportunity to do something on those days. And this is the third position, the laundry supervisor. Okay, so again, and it's not just laundry; it's the basement and various things in there. Plus, right outside my basement door, there's like a little patio. So they have to keep that up too, you know, sweep it and stuff like that. Okay. So for each day, they have these things to do. Now they have choices. So they can look at these and say, I want to do that. I don't want to do that, whatever. But I made it very clear, you're going to do something. Okay. You either going to get paid for it or you're not. Okay, but you're not just going to sit up in here and eat and play games or watch TV. You're going to be cleaning with everybody else. Okay, so they can choose to get paid for it or not. And here they had to set up a time to interview with me. My youngest set up his time to interview for tomorrow at 2. So he's going to have to meet me in the dining room. He's already filled out his application for employment, and I have that in front of me. And on that application, I asked these questions: the name, the position he's applying for, when can he start, what's his desired weekly salary, any other jobs that he's done, either at home or at school, willing to work nights and weekends. Okay, so I have that from him. I know what position he wants. So tomorrow I'm going to interview him. So this is another idea I got from a lady who posted on Facebook, a credit union. Okay, if they want to establish a line of credit with me, you know, and this is going to help them to learn how to save and spend, and you know, this will go towards our financial and math lessons as well. All right, so they can get a line of credit with me if they want, and they have a whole 1-page credit application to fill out. Okay, it's not here because I took it from the Microsoft has templates, credit application templates. So I took it from there. Okay. And this is it right here. Ooh, can you see that? It's so bright in here, y'all. Oh, here it is. Yep. There it is. Mom's Credit Union. Okay. So they got to fill that information out. My son was like, I got to fill all that out. I was like, yes, we all do. Okay. When we want some kind of credit, we got to fill out a lot of stuff. Okay. So I was like, yes, you do. You have to fill all that out. So after I interview him tomorrow, we're going to decide on a salary. We're going to talk about performance and all of those things. And if he's still interested in getting the credit, then he's going to have to fill that out, and we're going to have to talk about that. All right. So all of that goes into our lessons as well. So what I'm trying to do is incorporate learning into stuff that they already have to do. Because that's, I mean, you know, that's just a better way to do it. Not just for kids, even for us. You know, we want just stuff to be, I'm already doing this. Okay. So how can you add some learning material into here or something? All right. So we're going to do that. Now, I'm actually really excited about this. My oldest, my 10-year-old, I don't know. He's still going to have to, you know, look at some stuff because he definitely needs to, you know, do a few things. All right. So there's that. Now, y'all, this morning, I woke up very early and then went right back to sleep. But when I woke up the first time, I checked my, you know, my emails and stuff, and I checked my YouTube because I'm subscribed to various people on YouTube. And I saw that John Krasinski, okay, John Krasinski played Jim in The Office. I don't know if you ever watched The Office, Anthony. The Office is really fun. I love it. It's so funny. So he played Jim in The Office, and he's also the director and creator of the movie. Oh my goodness, what is the movie called? Oh, what is it called? You know, those things that come to the planet and you can't make any noise or they'll kill you. What the hell? Oh, A Quiet Place. That's what it is. He wrote and directed A Quiet Place, and his wife Emily Blunt is in it, and they have The Quiet Place Part 2 too. So that's him, John Krasinski. He has a YouTube channel that he just created, And here it is. I don't know why it's so teeny tiny like that, but let me just make it bigger like this. It's called Some Good News. Okay, he only has 2 full episodes on there. Oh my God. They're only like 15 to 17 minutes long, but I smiled the entire time he was given this news. Because his whole thing is like, listen, there's so much, bad stuff being reported on. Every time we turn around, we're hearing about something horrible happening, in the news. It's just so, and now with the pandemic, every day we're getting death tolls. Okay. Not saying that that's not important information. It is. However, there is always good stuff going on, and I think, and I love that he's doing this, and it's not just him. And he says it's not just him. He's not the first one to do this. There are other people doing this, giving good news. But I think if we can balance the horrible stuff that we hear all the time with the stuff that's really going okay, that's doing really well, that'll give us a better perspective of what's really happening, of reality. Okay. Because if you hyper focus on only what's terrible, if you hyper focus only on, what's not going well, only on the number of people dying from corona, if you hyper focus on that kind of thing, it just like it takes over, and you start to develop a filter that's just so negative that it's hard for you to even see what's good is going on here. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like even if you hear something good, you can't really hear it because you're not listening for it. All you're listening for is the bad shit. So I love that he's doing this, right? And not just now, this at any time, we really need to do a better job of balancing what we hear so that we can get a fuller picture. We're not going to know everything, okay? But we can get a fuller picture of what's going on so that we can then react and respond to that instead of reacting and responding to just the negative stuff or just the positive stuff, because that's not a full picture either, So I love that he's doing this, and go ahead and subscribe to that channel. He's funny anyway. Okay. He's just funny anyway. And I really like him. He just seems really kind and all that stuff. So it was really good. It was very good. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about was my IF. I told you all that I started intermittent fasting, and I think I'm on week 5 now. I do a terrible job with keeping up with stuff like that. But I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. It's easy for me to do. It's much easier than, cutting calories and carbs and all that crap. Okay. I've tried that stuff. It's not for me. This is for me. I really, really like it. And it's becoming easier. So right now I'm on, I told you about the app that I have. It's called Body Fast. All right. And this is it right here. Can you see it? Probably not. It's too shiny. Wait, oh, there you go. I've been fasting since Sunday at 7:30. So since last night at 7:30, and I have to go until 7:30 tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. Okay, so I have 10 hours. You see, I have 10 hours and some change left. I'll go a little bit more than that though. So at the end of the day, it should be, I don't know, like 36 hours fasting or something like that. Eventually, I'm going to work my way all the way up to 5 days. Eventually, I'm doing that right now. But it's getting easier. It's getting, and I find myself looking forward to it, which is weird, I guess. I don't know. I find myself looking forward to it. And I told you on my, what is this thing called? My vision board. I put on there to take better care of my health. Okay, which is not just physical. Now the fasting is helping with the physical, but it's also helping with other things like my emotional health, I showed you the book that I'm reading the last time we talked. Mindful emotional eating right here is really good. All right. Liminal thinking, psychological health, which is important. Mental health is very important. Okay. So health is such a holistic thing that you can't really just do one thing. Okay. You can't just be trying to lose 20 pounds or fit into your wedding dress or whatever. Okay. It's better if you take a holistic approach because they all impact each other. You know, they all impact each other. So doing the fasting, I'm really, really enjoying it. And, you know, I think I started this last summer in June 2019, but then I stopped after like a month for whatever reason. I don't know. But I decided to start again. And I think this time I'm going to go ahead and do it. So this thing right here around my neck, I got one for me and for my boys. So when we go on our walks, we can put this around our face like that for, so we're not breathing in people's faces and stuff when we're walking. Okay. It looked like a robber maybe, but, so we got these from the hair store. I got them from the hair store. They're like $2.99. And I've been seeing all the ways that you can make your own mask. There's plenty of ways that you can do that if you don't have anything right now. Yeah, here are theirs. Yeah, got some for them too. All right, so I think that's all I have. That's all I wanted to talk about. So I'll be back and give you more updates on the homeschooling, how that's going. And there'll be no grades or anything like that, right? Because I told you all the way that I define learning is sharing of perspective and experience. That's it. And there is no goal. Learning has no goal. If you think about it, it can't have a goal or it wouldn't be learning, right? Because people learn for different reasons. You know, we do it for different and I wrote about this. And again, this is why I had to get out of government because they weren't ready. You do not, a human mind is not required in order for learning to occur. All right. Every being learns. All right. And sorry, somebody just sent me something. Every being learns. You don't need a human mind for that. Right. So there can't be a goal for learning. Learning just is sharing of perspective and experience. And whatever comes out of that sharing is what comes out of that sharing. Okay. That's just what it is. And one of the examples that I used was, if you think about, so if everything learns, okay, let's look at a tree, for example. Yeah, a tree. And if you really look into how trees, you know, they have a respiratory system and all that stuff happens, okay? But the thing that comes out of that learning, one thing that comes out of that is growth and things like oxygen, right? They let off that stuff. And who uses that? We all use that. Okay, that's just something that happens from naturally learning, and that's something that's useful to other people. So if you really go into something just to learn, right, not really having a goal for that learning, and the goals come in when you talk about training and, you know, all that other stuff. That's when you get the goals, okay, career development and all that. But if you go into something not really expecting anything, but just seeing what comes out of it, that's actually really exciting. Like it really, really is. It's very exciting. But because we are so, or at least here in the United States, you know, we're taught to be very goal oriented, okay, and a lot of planning and stuff like that, that we're not used to just learning for the sake of learning, right? But it can be really fun when you just do that. Okay, there doesn't have to be some kind of agenda. Okay, because that's exhausting. Always having to have a goal, an agenda for what you're doing. You know, doing stuff just because you're interested or you want to do it. That's really nice. You know, to be able to get into that space. All right, so I'm going to go to my other channel. because I got to talk about Kenneth Copeland praying away the coronavirus, child. Did you see that? Did he blue ordered or something? I don't know. But we got to talk about that on my Life Without a Witness channel. And then I'm going to take my butt upstairs and get in the bed. Okay. Thanks, Anthony, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing better. You and your family are doing better. All right. So I will see you all next time. Okay. Bye.